Well, hello, good evening. I've been so busy and I haven't been able to even look up, but I finally got my appointments over. This is Tuesday, and to y'all, I haven't been feeling very well at all, but I have to go on. You know, you just have to continue on and make everything work. So, I feel like everything's going to get better. It's going to get warmer. We're all going to calm down a little and possibly enjoy life a little better. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just know that it's more than allergies. So at least I got Mom's doctor's appointment over, and my sister fell, and there's just something all the time going on, especially when everybody gets older. But I wanted some of those. Y'all remember in school we all used to love those sugar cookies and those brownies. Who didn't love the lunch lady brownies? There's a million recipes online for them. But I've got one that I'm going to use that was given to me, I guess given to my mother or grandmother years ago. But I'm only going to make half of it because Mother and I do not need the sugar that much. So I'm going to just make half of the recipe and add a little bit of something else to it, and we'll see how it comes out. I haven't made them in 25 years probably. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a half a cup of our unsalted butter. Move my little sweet cutting board over. Then I'm going to use some blood orange olive oil in with that because I want to see about the flavor of the blood orange. So I'm going to do a half tablespoon. Oh, let's be darned. Let's add a tablespoon of blood orange olive oil. We can go from there, can't we? Now that's that Olivella blood orange infused olive oil that I get at the Copper Kettle in Durant, Oklahoma. And you might be able to get it online. I'm not sure. There's all kinds. Y'all need to try those out if you hadn't. But if you have to, call down there and tell them you want to ship them. Tell Brenda you want them shipped to you. So let's get, now we got to put our cocoa in there. So let me see, half a cup of cocoa, so we'll do a third of a cup. Since we're only going to do a half a recipe. So let me just get my big granny's spoons. Those are old. Old. They look it too, but they sure still measure. Let's do a third of a cup of our Hershey's. Just about one more. Probably do it. That'll probably do it. You can't beat your Hershey's cocoa. No matter if you're doing no-bake cookies or chocolate pies or whatever. You got to use Hershey's cocoa. That's just all there is to it. So now we'll put this in our big bowl. I thought I'd use Granny's mixer, but I may not have to. I may just use a little, let's just do the hand thing so y'all can hear me. So just mix your chocolate in with your Olivella and your, I use of course my challenge butter if I don't make it. I think I got a small pan that we can put these in, so I don't have to make that big old pan. Okay, now we're going to put in 2 eggs. And we're not going to put in the 4 eggs. We're going to only put in 2 eggs. And we're just going to kind of mix those. Easy, easy. Now, while we're doing that, let's get our vanilla. We want 2 teaspoons. If you're doing a full recipe, then you do 4 teaspoons. 1, 2 teaspoons of our Mexican vanilla. That'll make that good, won't it? Okay, let's just kind of twist that with this. I saw Granny Pat making a red jello that strawberry dessert. And I didn't have any fresh strawberries. So I thought, what do we want? I decided brownies, because I like brownies. But I haven't made them in a long time, so we don't need them, but I'm going to tonight. Ugh. Now in this, I'm going to get my sugar. So I'm just going to put in a cup of sugar, because regular would be 2 cups of sugar. So we're just going to do a cup of sugar. That's that pure cane sugar. Make sure that's a cup of sugar. Okay. Get that in there. Let me get my wooden spoon. I'll just mix that sugar into that. Mix it fairly good there. That'll kind of get that sugar, the granulous, let it set and it'll kind of dissolve that sugar. See how that's getting glossy now? Now I'm going to put just a cup of flour in that. I'm going to put a cup of my all-purpose flour in that. Just going to put a cup of my all-purpose flour into that. We just mix that around in our bowl. Told y'all it was easy. Get that off the sides. And get all that off the sides so you don't waste nothing. But again, you got stuff all over the kitchen. That's okay, I guess. Let me get this Granny's mixer out of the way because I'm not going to use it. Now then, I've kind of buttered my little brownie pan. We don't need this insert till They come out of the oven. But I buttered it, at least. I got it kind of buttered. Got the insert put in there. Okay. So now then, let me get a my silicone spreader spatula, and I'll use it here in a little bit, but let me get this, put it into our pan. Oh, I can hardly use this left arm. That rotator cuff has gotten sideways. That's another thing that happened this week. I picked up 2 big bags of groceries, and there it went. Plus lifting Mother's little chair in and out of the car, or whatever it is, not chair. It's a scooter, not a scooter. One of the things you push. I guess it'd be considered a scooter. But she can sit on it too. So I pushed her into the doctor and everywhere with that. Because you know, a regular scooter, you can't get them unless you buy them. They're really expensive. So we did make do of that, but I lifted in and out of that car, and it's a chore in itself. So we make it. We made it. She had such a good birthday. Thank y'all for the cards and sweet accolades. I got some of the tips that I get off. I bought her a small bottle of that Coswell Massey, not Coswell Massey, perfume, cologne. And then I've gotten her a small bottle of that Coswell Massey before, so I just used some of the tips for that. I wish to, okay, there we go. Got that off there. Now, let me get this off. It takes a little bit to get this stuff cleaned off of here. Get this kind of put out in your pan. You know, you want it. If I'd have made that, it'd been full. This pan would have been full up to the top, and would have risen out. There's no sense in you needing that. We needing that much brownies. We don't. That batter smells so good, especially with that orange in there. So let me get a fork, and I'm just gonna kind of just get that off of there. It takes one to get the other off, and then the other to get that off, and there. Now then, I had to taste it. Gosh, that orange is powerful, but it sure is good. Now I'm gonna put this in the. I'm gonna bake it for 20-25 minutes at 350. Let me get our bowls out of the way. Our 20 or 25 minutes at 350. Then we'll be back to see what's going on with y'all. Okay. Oh my gosh, this kitchen smells so good. It just makes you want to think you're in a chocolatier in New York City. I want to get our brownies out of the oven. They honk. There's our brownies. Ooh. There's our good pan of brownies. Now listen, there's a frosting recipe that I'm going to put on the bottom of this, which is butter and milk and cocoa and powdered sugar. We do not need that, and I'm not going to make it and put it on here. Yeah, I would make them better. Yeah, I'd make them like school time, but I can't. We just can't do that much sugar. So then once they get, you can kind of section that and then push that down, see, and let that cool, and that'll give you brownie bites, so you kind of know how much brownie you're getting. Because these here are going to be absolutely wonderful, and you can punch that pan up, and it lifts your brownies out. I don't want to burn myself though. I do not want to burn myself. Let me get a plate. Let me get a plate. Hold on. We'll just use one of our glass torque plates. And lift that out. Lift that out. That gives you just the right size little brownies. Right size little brownies. And those will be so rich. Those will be so rich. And I can take that, pop that pan out and get underneath it. Just slide them off. Just like that. You go in the sink. Okay, everybody. Let me get this cleaned up. Now that made some beautiful, good brownies. Now they could have been thicker, but we don't need it. Like I told you. Now when y'all do yours, they'll be thicker. Have those as a glass of milk. I don't know how you could get any better than that. If y'all were here, we'd have, what I'll do, I'll get Mama, I'm going to get Mother a glass of milk also. What I do I use our snuff glasses. That's what she likes her milk in, so that's what we're going to have. That's all the milk she'll want right there. And I'll get her a little, just a little plate. Just a little plate so she can have a couple of little brownies. And that's what Mother's going to eat. That's what she's going to get right there. All right, y'all. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. I hope y'all have a good week. And there's our brownies and milk. You can't beat that. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.